Hi everyone, thank you for being here. I'm Mandy. Why on earth would I create a video about not scheduling listing appointments? Am I telling you guys to give up? No, not at all. You know that I always want to encourage you to be consistent on the telephone, to continually nurture your leads and stay tenacious at all times, right? But in my years of scheduling appointments, I have discovered there are 3 types of people that I'm never going to schedule. It just doesn't happen. I mean, these people just don't want to convert. And that's no fault of mine, and it's certainly no fault of yours either. You have to know when to stop and move on. And there are so many numbers out there to dial, so many homeowners to reach. So please don't feel discouraged when you call these people. Remember what I always say, volume equals victory. The more dials you have, the more successful you're going to be. So let's go ahead and discuss those 3 types of people right now. Okay, so the first person I want to introduce you to is Know-It-All Nikki or Know-It-All Nancy. Usually they are for sale by owner. They may have sold a home 10 years ago. They put their home on the market. They have like 1 photo of the exterior, no interior photos, no floor plan, basically nothing in the description, but they are confident that they're going to sell the home. They don't believe that a real estate agent brings any value to the transaction, and they're just going to do it all on their own. And I always want to be courteous with these sellers because, they didn't ask for me to call them, and they have every right to try to sell on their own. I would do that too. I can understand not wanting to pay a commission, but the conversation is really one-sided. You're there to listen as they vent about whatever it is they want to talk about. Interestingly enough, they want to keep speaking with you. So they go on and on and on. So I let them do that for a while. Then you have to end the conversation. Generally with this type of seller, you're not going to get anywhere, and it's best just to wish them, well, and then just move on. Personality type number 2, super sweet Sammy or Susie. They are so nice to you. You guys really click on the phone. You have a shared experience, a shared, something in life is in common, and you really, really click. And they say, you know what? I really like you. You're different than everyone else that's calling. Why don't you call me back in a month? We should be ready then. So you call them, and they don't pick up. You leave them a voicemail, send them a text, you don't hear back. Not a big deal, happens a lot. Then you reach out in 6 months and you don't hear from them. Then you reach out in maybe a year and you don't hear from them. Or maybe you've seen that they've listed with somebody else. I mean, you went from super hot conversation to ice cold. They have just ghosted you. What happened? Well, a lot of people are really nice and they just can't say no. So they just act like they're going to stay with you, but then they don't. And in this business, it's better to get either a yes or a no as opposed to a maybe or we'll see, because the maybes or we'll sees will take up so much of your time as you're chasing them. With this particular lead, I'm not saying you should forget about them altogether. You definitely want to keep them on your email list. We know how important that is, but you want to really reduce the frequency in which you contacted them. Maybe they were like, check back in a month, and you were thinking, great, we'll probably have them listed in 2 months or something. Well, life may have changed for them. They don't need to sell, whatever the reason. Still follow up with them, but really pull back on your time, maybe twice a year now. Don't forget them. Keep emailing them, but these people are not going to convert immediately for whatever reason, if they even convert at all. So just, readjust the time you're spending on them and move along. Find somebody new. There's all different kinds of people to dial. Remember that. Are you for real? Rhonda or Ricky? Yeah, that's what this is. Rhonda or Ricky. What do I mean? Are you for real? Well, they want to do an open listing with you. They don't want to give you an exclusive. They want you to list it with another agent. So both of you are going to list together. And I would not recommend doing an open listing. That means that not only you have the right to sell the property, but another agent does. So not only are you competing against the market to get the property sold, you're competing against another agent. No open listings. I know I won't do an open listing when I get rolling with my business, and I don't think it's a good idea for you to do that either. Also, I'm saying, are you for real? Because maybe they just want to pay, next to nothing commission, and you can decide what that is. I think 1% would be next to nothing, something like that. We are valuable. We are trained professionals. We provide a great service. I definitely believe commissions should be negotiable, of course, but it's got to be realistic. It's got to make sense given the amount of work involved, the amount of marketing money you're going to have to spend, and all that. So, if someone wants to do an open listing and they want to pay you next to nothing for your services, I would just walk away from this quote-unquote opportunity and keep dialing. Remember, you're in charge of your business now. You decide who you're going to work with, and it has to make sense. Time equals money. So make sure you're spending your time wisely. I hope you guys got value out of this video. If so, please leave me a thumbs up down below and consider subscribing to the channel. On this channel, I share everything I know about scheduling listing appointments as an ISA, and I just became a real estate agent, so I will be sharing my new agent journey with you too. Hope to see you next time. Bye.